Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the Apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim who tune into these videos. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be speaking about the MOTB. And so I got this video that I actually wanted to resurface, if other brothers haven't seen it already, and speak about it. But, of course, because of the topic of this video, I'm not really going to say a lot of things. I'm just going to let you, the viewer, put the pieces together. And then another thing, too, President Joe Biden, he said this today on August 9th, 2022. And I'll just read this. The future of this industry is going to be made in America. And I'll let you put the pieces together on what that means, because that's a very vague tweet. And I don't know if anybody in the comments section is speaking about it. That they got a lot of stuff going on the news to distract the people. But he posted this today, and the Spirit hopped on me to make this video, and I wanted to look for this video in particular because it goes into it. It's another piece to the puzzle that we've already seen. The prophecy of the MOTB, but we're just going to add this to the pile of evidence that we have. And all these other people who are pretty much scattering the flock, they're not looking well into their goings. They're not doing a diligent search. They're just, pretty much letting Esau dictate what they think and believe. All right, so I'm gonna read this here first in 1 Thessalonians 5:4, because this video is really for the hopeful elect. A lot of people can come and watch it, but this video, this epistle, is geared towards those who believe in this ministry, who are subscribed to Great Millstone, and not all the other camps, because you got a lot of people who are subscribed to other camps. Here at Great Millstone, we're not really dealing with all those other camps, because they don't have the same doctrine, and we're not supposed to be equally yoked with unbelievers. So if they don't believe in the things that this video is about, speaking about the MOTB being the prophecy in Revelation 13, we're not really dealing with them. So I'm going to read this here in 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 4. Alright, so it says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." So we're not going to be asleep like all the other people. We're awake, and we're on the watchtower sounding this alarm. And all these other people, they're just going to continue to disregard this. Well, ultimately, the scriptures say that they're going to disregard this. We're only worried about the hopeful elect, because if you read the scriptures, that there's going to be people who aren't going to take that MOTB. And the ones who do, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're going to be slaughtered for the second death. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video here. Like I said, I wanted to resurface this, because this video was uploaded quite a while ago, but it took place on July 18th or the 20th, 2008. All right, so now if you're not unaware of who this guy is, I forget what these guys' names are, but they're the Mythbusters. Let me just type in their thing. They used to have a TV show on the Discovery Channel or whatever, and the show was basically they would bust myths. I didn't really watch the show, but a lot of people pretty much know what this show was about. And one time they had an episode going into this right here. And so when he was out at one of these events, when he was talking to the fans or whatever, answering some of their questions, someone brought up the question about one of their episodes. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
And testing things for yourself, not assuming that the manufacturer is correct. The one I wish you would revisit more is RFID. Now I know that, does Carrie still have the RFID tag in her arm?
Dude, the RFID thing.
Yeah. Why did you not?
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Discover. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. I'm not sure how much of the story I'm allowed to tell, but I'll tell you what I know. we were going to do RFID, and on several levels, you know, how hackable, how reliable, how trackable, et cetera, et cetera. And one of our researchers called up Texas Instruments, and they arranged a conference call between, I think, Tori and the head producer over there for the other team, Linda Wolkovich, and one of the technicians at Texas Instruments. They were supposed to have a conference call to talk about the technology.
Yeah, so they wanted to do an episode, as he was saying. They wanted to really go into it, like how do you make it, what does it do, how you can implement it, yada yada yada. You know, mind you, this was back in 2008 when this technology was fairly new unto the masses. So I'm gonna continue the video. So, but one thing I want to say, so he wanted to call these people from Texas, you know, like who had the devices, and when he wanted to have this conference call so they could do this episode, this is how the conference call went.
On like Tuesday at 10 a.m. And Tuesday at 10 a.m., Linda and Tori get on the phone, and Texas Instruments comes on, along with Chief Legal Counsel for American Express, Visa, Discover.
Yeah, so you can see that those were companies. And you know, this is why I really hope this video doesn't get taken down, because you know this video has been up for roughly 20 years or something. You know, I don't really know how to see how long it's been up, but like this comment right here is 11 years ago. You know, so Lord's will this video doesn't get taken down, but you know these people. So when they were going to do this episode, you know, they were going to have a conference call with the technicians or whatever, but then these people came into the conference call.
And everybody else. I mean, and I got chills just as I described it. They were way, way outgunned. And they absolutely made it really clear to Discovery that they were not going to air this episode talking about how hackable this stuff was. And Discovery backed way down, being a large corporation who depends upon the revenue of the advertisers. And now it's on Discovery's radar. They won't let us go near it. So I'm sorry.
No.
We are. It's just one of those things. But man, that was a really. Tori still gets a little white when he describes that phone conversation.
Well, you do have about three.
Yeah, but one thing I just wanted to note, you know, because this is a spiritual warfare we're dealing with. You know, he was saying that you know he was on a phone call with some people and then some other people with certain companies I'm not going to name, and then he started getting chills. And then you know his other partner in this TV show, like he said, his face gets white. You know, that makes me think that the spiritual demon was with them in that phone call, because there was something with that whole conversation. You know, and we understand that this is a spiritual warfare, and that the people behind this vibration it's that type of vibration that's going to make your hair stand up. You know, that's just something I observed. You know, but yeah, that's the video I want to resurface, because you know they try to make a video, but then certain companies were on that conference call and they pretty much told them not to show it, not to air it. You know, and so we're here at Great Millstone telling you that all these pieces, you know, you're supposed to put the puzzle piece together and see the picture. You know, that you're not supposed to you know, follow what this devil has to offer. And so this is Matthew 26 verse 41. It says, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Because there's going to come a time, like as the scriptures say, that he's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. You know, I'm not going to say the rest, so that you know you would have to do that thing. So we're going to come into the time of Jacob's trouble, where we're going to be faced with that option. And you know, you have to remember these precepts. So you have to remember so that that you actually don't succumb to it. You know, it says, "Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation." You know, so we're going to have to continually watch and pray so that we don't get weak and that we're not lacking anything. Because who knows how it's going to be in those last days when we're as pilgrims, or you know, however it may be for the brothers in this ministry. But you know, ultimately, you know, we've seen this video, we've seen what the president tweeted, you know, we've seen what Alex Jones had in that video. You know, all these things that there's just way too much evidence for us to back down and bend the knee. You know, because we know that the scriptures are true, because they're speaking louder than ever right now, but once that time happens, when Jacob's trouble finally happens and the rest of the prophecies start taking place, we know that it's going to be evident that we're in those times, that we're supposed to watch and pray, more than we are right now. And then, so I wanted to read this because this is going into how Jacob's trouble is going to be like. And this is in 2nd Ezra 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So even if you have these things or whatever, you won't be able to enter in those cities or not, because it's just going to be all chaos in those days. There's going to be people raiding and looting one another, because not everybody's really down with President Joe Biden. People who hate this guy aren't in the truth. There's that MOTB is like a fishing net that they're going to try to catch as many people as they can. But people of the 2/3 aren't going to take that MOTB as well. So there's going to be people looting and raiding, and it's just going to be all total chaos, because it's going to come to a point where you're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you're one of these marauders, so that you're not going to be able to like how society is right now, to function normally. You would pretty much have to watch and pray that you enter not into temptation, because we know that we're supposed to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, because everybody else, they don't have the understanding, they don't have the spirit, they don't have the faith or the works or any of these things that we're doing right now. We're rehearsing the righteous acts so that when these times come, that we're ready. We're going to be, in the secret place of the Most High. So it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation." And that's what this devil is ultimately having. He has in store for the rest of the people, and he pretty much wants to funnel everybody into that broad net of the MOTB. But we know through the precepts that he's not going to be able to pluck the Lord's elect out of his hands. And Lord willing, where we're going to be of those numbers, like as the scriptures say, we're going to scarcely be saved. So it's going to be a continuing fight of faith. All right, so this last precept I want to read is in Psalm 64, verse 6. It says, "They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep." So Esau is pretty much devising this grand master plan that he's pretty much been scheming since the birth of his nation, which is America, but known in the scriptures as Babylon the Great. And so, if you read in the book of Revelation, it says that he made war with the saints that keep the testimony. I'm going to get that real quick. This is even in Daniel's, but I'm going to read this in Revelation 13, verse 7. It says, "And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindred and tongues and nations." This is actually the one I wanted to bring. This is Revelation 12, verse 17. It says, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman," and the dragon represents Esau, and the woman represents the nation of Israel. And it says, "And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach." And one of those commandments is to not take this MOTB. So this dragon is going to be wroth with the woman. This dragon is going to want to attack this woman, because out of all the people on the earth, we're the only ones who have faith. That's when Yahushua returns. He's going to find faith down here, because we're the remnants keeping the commandments of the Most High, and we have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. And that's what's going to make Esau have this diligent search, so that he could try to net us in and trap us. But if you're of the elect, the only thing is that that you have to do is prove it when you're actually going through those things. Watch and pray, and endure unto the end. The elect is not going to be persuaded otherwise. It says back in Psalm 64, verse 7, it says, "But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." So we already know the end of what this devil is going to be. We know, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So all you have to do is just hold on to this truth, and hold it dear, because we're going to come into some times where we can see this devil, because he's put out a diligent search. He's made how should I say, a path that it's going to be hard to walk therein. But thanks be to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that He gave us the spirit and faith to go through it. Alright, so that's the end of this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachakwadash, Shalom Akim.